All right, Shalom. Let me start off by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, GMS Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the house of David. All right, I want to touch on the topic, that the purpose of these other nations. All right, the purpose of these other nations, all right, is for them to serve us. All right, and the so-called white nation, they're going to be exterminated off the earth, man. All right, but these other nations, they was created to serve us. All right, but on this side, all right, majority of these people, they're going to die, man. 2/3 of our people, they're damn sure going to die, man. All right. So let me start out 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor I have made it perfect. All right, that grape, that plant, that's talking about the elect, man. All right, and let the multitude perish, man, that was born in vain, man. All right, so these are like extras in the movies. All right, no, don't serve no real purpose. They're just there, to fill in. All right. All right, but this movie is mainly for the elect, man. All right, for Yahweh Shai, all right, to come to return and deliver his elect, man. All right, and let me get one quick scripture in Thessalonians. That made me think of this. Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 9. Let's start at 9. First Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 9 says, "For they themselves show of us what manner of entering in we had unto you, and how ye turned to the Most High from idols to serve the living and true God, and to wait for his Son from heaven, whom he has raised from the dead, even Yahweh Shai, which delivered us from the wrath to come." All right, hey, Lord willing, we have that number, man. Yahweh Shai, he's going to deliver us from this wrath to come. All right, the coronavirus, all right, he's going to deliver us from that, man. All right, the famine, he's going to deliver us from that. All right, death and destruction and nuclear missiles, he's going to deliver us from that, man. Lord willing, we have that elect. All right, the elect, we're going to be delivered from these sad pearls, man. All right. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 22. It says, "For if ye shall diligently keep all the commandments which I command you to do, to love the Lord Yahweh your God, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him, then will the Lord Yahweh drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves." All right, so, but we're in that period of grace. All right, that was the point of Yahweh Shai, but it says if we was to keep all these commandments, the Lord, he's pretty much going to give us these heathens for an inheritance, man. All right, let me read verse 23 again. It says, "Then will the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves." All right, and we're going to do that, man. All right, we're going to possess Esau. All right, we're going to possess Ishmael. All right, we're going to possess what we got? Ishmael. Salakia. Gotta jump to Psalms real quick. Forgot the other nations for a second. Psalms 83. All right, we're gonna possess Edom, Ishmael, Moab. All right, Ammon, Amalek. Which is really Edom. All right, we're gonna possess all these nations, man. All right, because right now they're greater and mightier than us, man. All right, but once the Lord makes his return, all right, we're gonna over exceed them, man. All right, the scripture says that we're gonna tread upon their. Let me just get it real quick in Malachi. We gonna tread upon them, man. All right. We gonna mow them down, man. Like we the lawnmower, they're the grass, man. All right. And Malachi chapter 4 verse 3 gets straight to the point. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, man. All right, and who's the wicked, man? All right, really going back to Esau, man. All right, but all these nations, man. All right, Malachi 1 and 4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. All right, they built up America, but the Lord, he said he's going to throw it down, man. Destruction of Babylon. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever. All right, and that's righteous anger, that indignation forever, man. All right. You know, so we're going to possess these nations, man. All right. You know, servants and handmaids, man. It says that in Jeremiah or Isaiah 49:23, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But let me get Isaiah 45. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 23. It says, I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. You know, so all these nations, they're going to bow down and serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right. It says, surely one shall say, in the Lord Yahweh have I righteousness and strength. Even to him shall men come, and all that are incensed against him shall be ashamed. And the Lord shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory. All right, you know, all the seed of Israel are going to be, everybody's going to come and worship us in the kingdom, man. All right, it says that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. All right, if these nations, they don't want to serve us in the kingdom, they're going to die, man. All right, you know, and this cup, you know, this cup is going to be double unto these nations, man. All right. But let me get Isaiah 49 real quick. Isaiah 49 verse 22 says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. So, all right, so this is thus saith the Lord. The Lord is telling us this is going to happen. Behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in thy arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon thy shoulders. All right, so we're going to be carried upon by these heathens, man. All right, it says, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, so-called kings of this world, and their queens, all right, their nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. All right, and who's waiting for Yahweh Shem Shah? You know, the elect, man. All right, they're going to be, these other nations are going to be as dogs, man, licking up our feet, man. All right, bowing down to us, man. You know? You know, and that's all thus saith the Lord. All right, let me jump to Zechariah chapter 14. Let me start at 1. It says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. All right, thy spoil, man, these nations, man. You know, the Lord's going to divide these nations up, you know, all for us, man. All right, servants for you, servants for you, servants for you. All right, divide the spoil, man. It says, for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. You know, this is another purpose of these nations, man. All right, they're like extras, man. All right, they're going up to battle against Yahweh Shah, man. All right, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and the half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. All right, you know, in time of Jacob's trouble, you know, all it's gonna be nations against nations, man. All right, and houses gonna be rifled, women ravished, man, women raped, man. All right, because there's gonna be lawlessness out here in these streets. All right. Let me jump down to verse 12. It says, and this shall be the plague, Zechariah 14 and 12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right, these nuclear missiles, man, they're gonna fry these people, man. All right, they're gonna fry these people, man. All right, that's the purpose of these nations, man, to be destroyed by nuclear missiles, all right, or slavery, man. All right, because there's gonna be a remnant of these heathens that's gonna be left, man. A remnant of these heathens and 2/3, but the 2/3 are gonna die, man, because the Israelites, man. All right, they're not gonna be slaves in the kingdom. They're gonna be kings and princesses, man. All right, but for these other nations, you're through, man. All right, if you don't come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you have a nuclear missile or slavery in your near future. All right. Yep. Kind of. And let me get Lamentations real quick, because I was thinking about that. Ooh, God. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. That cup of slavery, the curses, man. All right, cursed in the field. Nothing is prospering for you, man. All right, pretty much living in hell, man. All right, it says that cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So our slavery is over, man. All right, Israelites back in power, man. It says, he will no more carry away thee into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. All right. So the Lord, he's going to discover the sins of these Edomites, man, and these other nations, man. All right. What all these nations have done to us, man. All right. The Chinese, all right, still do to us this day, man. Oppress, man. All right. And let me close out with this. Revelation chapter 14, chapter 17, Salaki, in verse 14. Let me start at 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. They have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All right, these nations, they all have one mind, man. And it says in Psalms 83, all these nations, Ishmael, Edom, Moab, Ammon, they all come together and make a tumult. All right, they all had that one mind to oppress Jacob, man. All right. Verse 14, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. All right. The Lamb is going to overcome, man. Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is going to overcome that battle, man. All right. That space with Donald Trump got prepared. All right. The Space Force is not going to prevail against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Because this is all prophecy, man. Biblical prophecy. All right. These other nations are like extras, man. All right. Made to be destroyed by the Lord. All right. If you can't receive it, you're not of the elect, man. All right. If you can't receive this word, this true doctrine, you're not of the elect. All right. So I'm going to close out with that. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the house of David. To the next lesson, I say Shalom.